time has carried us into uncharted territory. The Great Recession began December 2007, almost 1,500 mornings ago. If you were rushing to work this morning in Seminole County, Florida, it's not likely you'd notice the truck or hear the children getting ready for school.
In the clear bin, we have dirty laundry. In that one, there's tools that we might need.
All these bank bags are storage of this and that.
Like shampoo.
And over here is food.
So you're really not heating up food so
No.
much. You're eating out of cans?
Yep.
This is the home of the Metzger family. Ariel, 15, her brother Austin, 13. Their mother died when they were very young. Their dad, Tom, is a carpenter, and he's been looking for work ever since Florida's construction industry collapsed. When foreclosure took their house, he bought the truck on Craigslist with his last $1,000. Tom's a little camera shy, thought we ought to talk to the kids, and it didn't take long to see why. How long have you been living in this truck?
About 5 months.
What's that like?
It's an adventure.
Yeah, that's how we see it.
When kids at school ask you where you live, what do you tell them?
When they see the truck, they ask me if I live in it, and when I hesitate, they kind of realize. And they say they won't tell anybody. And
Yeah, it's not really that much of an embarrassment. I mean, it's only life. You do what you need to do, right?
It's life for a lot of folks. The number of kids in poverty in America is pushing toward 25%, 1 out of 4. Austin and Ariel usually get cleaned up for school at gas stations. They find it's best to go to different ones every day so the managers don't get sore.
Hi, Daddy.
Before the bell, they blend in with more than 1,100 other homeless students in the Seminole County schools. At Castleberry School, we met 15 kids who'd been living in cars. With their parents' permission, they told us you don't get much sleep with your brothers and sisters in the back seat. But that wasn't the worst part.
So we were really scared. So we'll stay up all night sometimes and watch over my mom and keep her safe.
How many of you, show me your hands, were worried about your safety while you were living in the car?
In an email interview with my former history teacher, I learned what it was like to teach in an area with students coming from low economic homes. My former teacher taught in an area of Florida with students that primarily came from Mexico or Cuba. The majority of the families had parents that were either unemployed or parents that made very little money from what job they were working. I asked what the hardest part of working with students in this area was, and she said that communication was difficult because of language barriers, as well as worrying if students were safe during certain situations. When asked why she left working there, she said that she wasn't able to work there anymore and not get too much more emotionally involved. There were many times when she would send food home with students if she knew that they weren't getting food over the weekend, and she would constantly worry if the students were going home to a safe home or even if they had a home.